Welcome back to the City Current Show. I'm your host, Jeremy Park. We're always honored to bring you inspiring stories of individuals and organizations making a difference and powering the good. And we're honored to be with Amy Shurden, Chief Development Officer with St. Luke's Community House. How are you doing?
Doing great. Thank you so much for having us on today.
Absolutely. You all are doing a number of different things to power the good, and we'll talk all about that, working with youth and seniors and fighting homelessness and so much more. And so let's start with a little bit of history. Give us some context and some history for St. Luke's Community House.
Well, St. Luke's has been a part of the Nashville community for 110 years. We started in 1913 in the West Nashville area, which is now known as the Nation's Neighborhood. When we started, we were serving families of inmates at the local state penitentiary. Since that time, we've expanded and grown our services, and we serve people from all parts of Nashville today. We have a food bank that's open 4 days a week. So for people experiencing hunger, they can come to St. Luke's and get a food box. We can also offer hygiene items and diapers through the food bank. We have a mobile meals program for seniors where volunteers deliver nutritious, prepared meals to seniors and disabled residents in West and North Nashville neighborhoods twice a week. We have a family empowerment program where we work with families to keep them in their homes, keep the families together to help prevent homelessness. We also offer further supports to those families. If a parent or caregiver needs to go back to school or needs to find a job or needs mental health resources, we're there to help connect them to those resources as well. And then we also offer a preschool where we offer full-time childcare for children ages 6 weeks to 5 years of age, 55 hours a week of care for those families, working families who need childcare, which is a huge need in the community right now. There's definitely a crisis, not enough spots for the families who need care. So we also have childcare on site where we're providing care to about 128 children every day.
So as I mentioned, it's a lot, right? So you already kind of set the stage. So let's go ahead and talk about some of those in greater detail, because I think when you talk about what you do, the impact it has, and really then the ripple effect it creates, it's powerful. And so let's go ahead and start with the preschool and the childcare, because as you mentioned, there's not enough capacity. And so to be able to step in and offer that, but also too, it's very expensive. And so on a number of levels, you're providing tremendous value and the enrichment, the education, what it means for the youth to be able to put them on the right trajectory. So talk about the education, the impact. Go ahead and start there with the preschool and the childcare.
Yes. So like I mentioned, we start providing care at 6 weeks of age for children up to 5 years of age. And in the preschool, we focus on literacy. So we want children to be ready and prepared for kindergarten when it's time for them to start kindergarten. Having that early childhood education and focus on literacy helps them later on in school as well. So we're teaching them now, but setting them up for success later on in their school years as well. And we, our children have fun here. They learn. We're providing, full-time care every day of the week so that parents who need to work have reliable childcare for their children. It is a crisis in our city. There are not enough spots for the children who need care, particularly for children under the age of 2. We've expanded our preschool in the last several years to increase our enrollment so we can serve more children, but we still maintain a waiting list of 200 to 300 children. Most of those are under the age of 2. So that's a really critical age, and that is truly where the need is in Nashville.
Talk about what that means for the parents to be able to allow them the freedom to have the full-time employment, and then talk about what that means for you in terms of staffing with your team.
Yes. So we have over 30 early childhood educators in our preschool providing care for children. That is, right now it's tough hiring qualified teachers to provide the care. So we have had some challenges there for sure. So, we are doing everything we can as far as making sure our pay is competitive so we can attract the best and brightest candidates to be here to care for the children. On the reverse, parents who are working full-time outside the home need reliable childcare. And so that is what we're able to provide. We prioritize care for children from low-income households. So we ensure that people can afford to have care for their children, whether that's being a part of our sliding scale tuition or accessing child care certificates through the state of Tennessee. We work with families to ensure that the care is affordable for them.
Let's go ahead and jump to working with the seniors to maintain their independence. As you mentioned, you have volunteers that help power this, but it's healthy meals. It's also touch points to make sure they're okay. So there's a lot that goes into that. Go ahead and dive in there.
Yeah, so we every week we are providing about 600 meals to seniors in West and North Nashville. And so our volunteers come to St. Luke's twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays, pick up the meals, and then they deliver the meals to a specific route. So volunteers are delivering to the same people every time. So not only are we addressing the nutritional needs of seniors, but we're also giving them that important social connection as well. So a volunteer will stop by, they'll find out if there are other needs that the seniors have, and then communicate those back to us so that we can help fill in any gaps for them beyond just food. And so we're proud to be able to do that. We're always looking for volunteers to help us with that. So that's just another way to get involved.
Give us a little detail on, for the volunteers, the time commitment, what that looks like.
So we utilize volunteers in our programs every single day of the week, Monday through Friday, whether that's working in the food bank or delivering mobile meals. You can volunteer once a month, once a week, once a quarter. Mobile meal deliveries take about an hour to 2 hours, depending on how long the route is. So that's a really easy one to do. The food bank is open in 4-hour increments. So you can volunteer to be here for all 4 hours, or if you can only be here for an hour or two, that's great as well. We rely on volunteer support to help us deliver these programs.
Touch on the food bank, because obviously you've already tied that in. So let's carry that conversation forward. So dive in a little deeper on how the food bank side works.
So we're open 4 days a week, Tuesday through Friday, from 10:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. We are a partner with Second Harvest Food Bank, so they deliver food to us a few times a week. And any individual, as long as you're a resident of Davidson County, can visit the food bank. You can make an appointment if you want a little bit faster service, but you can also just walk up as well. So we provide perishable and non-perishable foods. We have diapers, which is a huge need for families with young children. Diapers are not covered by any type of public assistance, and they're very expensive. So we're glad to offer those to families. We sometimes have formula as well. We also have hygiene items and pet food. That is a new partnership that we have with the Pet Community Center to provide pet food for people who are visiting the food bank. Oftentimes we've learned that sometimes people will feed their pet before they feed themselves. So we like to be able to offer, the pet food as well as an additional supplement. We serve consistently over 400 households a month. We've noticed throughout the pandemic and then beyond, the households that we are seeing are getting larger. So a household of 10 is not unusual for us to see. So really is a need for food and assistance programs for hungry families across Nashville.
You mentioned preventing homelessness, and so talk about those efforts that all tie in on that side as well.
So with our family empowerment program, we have case managers who will work with families to help keep them in their homes. So whether that means they might need a little bit of help paying their utilities or their rent, if they are doubled up or living with friends or in a hotel, we'll work with them to find a more permanent solution for housing. And at the same time, it keeps the family together, which is really important. We can also offer assistance if the individual wants to go back to school to further their education, or if they need help getting a job. We have counselors that we can refer them to for debt reduction. So really what we're working to do is keep families in their home, but then stabilize the family as well.
When you look at the broad reach and the service areas, what are the success metrics that you look at? Because obviously you've touched on kind of the numbers of youth and seniors and those coming through the food bank, over 400 a month. What are some of the other metrics, though, that you all look at to see what's working and where success is being created?
Sure. So with our families, keeping them in their homes or finding them a home to live in. The food bank, we're always here to help people who are hungry. Some people need us for longer periods of time than others. Some, maybe they're between jobs and they just need a little extra help putting food on the table. So we're here for both of those segments of individuals. Our children, they're ready to go to kindergarten when they leave here. They're excited to go. We kind of help with that transition, but they're reading and they're ready to go. And as far as seniors go, being able to provide food and the social connectivity with them helps them stay in their homes a little bit longer. The senior population is the fastest growing population in Nashville right now. So, we're just kind of playing a part in helping them stay in their homes and comfortable for as long as they possibly can.
Give us a story or, just one that kind of stands out to you in terms of the impact. And it can be an individual story, a family story. You don't have to name any names, but talk about a story of impact.
So I'll tell you the story of a lady. Her name, she goes by Dee, and Dee just spoke recently at our breakfast earlier in September. She is a mother of 6 children and wide age span. So all of her children, with the exception of one, have come to the preschool here at St. Luke's. So we have been a source of support for her throughout the last 20 years, when she's been between jobs, when she has moved. Dee is currently working as a bus driver for Metro Nashville Public Schools. And so that was her goal, was to get her CDL license so that she could drive a bus or a large, vehicle of that type. So our case managers worked with her and helped her achieve that goal of getting her license. And now she is driving full-time for Metro Nashville, which is a huge need. So, to see that success and see her working towards her goals, now she's working on debt reduction, kind of working towards paying off some of the bills that she's had. But, it's been wonderful for us to see the progression and how she's achieved her job goal, and now she's working on some other things as well.
Talk about how the community can help your efforts.
There are lots of ways that we'd love to have the community involved with St. Luke's. You can give time by, again, volunteering in the food bank or with our mobile meals programs. Those are easy ways to get involved with us. And those opportunities are on our website, so easy to find. We also have some seasonal events coming up. We have a fall festival on October the 20th, where people can set up a trunk and kind of a trunk or treat and hand out candy. That's a great community event over here in the West Nashville neighborhood. We also have a toy store coming up in December. So we are in the process of gathering donations of new toys for that. Families will register to shop at the store. There's no charge, but if families would like to make a small donation, they're able to do so. This year, we plan to serve about 250 families, or roughly 500 children, through the toy store. So toy donations between now and December 4th are huge for us. And then we also have an Adopt a Senior program for the holidays, where individuals or school groups or business groups can be matched up with a senior, and they would purchase items off their wish list and kind of help make the season a little bit brighter for the seniors in our community as well. So lots of things coming up in the fall, lots of ways to get involved.
Talk about the importance of financial contributions.
It is helps every single program that we have. Financial contributions are so important. We enjoy grant funding from foundations and corporations. Individuals have always been very generous to St. Luke's, but it really is what drives our work and helps us to be able to provide these programs and expand, when needed. So financial contributions are immensely important to us.
Give us, when you look ahead at 2024, what's maybe one or two of the objectives or goals for the future?
We're still focused on the childcare crisis and doing what we can to help combat that. We will continue to look and see what we can do if it's adding more children or we often get requests for potentially people opening up satellite sites at other locations. So childcare remains paramount for us. And then, each year we look at the programs that we are offering and we think, okay, what can we do? How can we serve the community better? Is it through a partnership with another organization where we work together to serve more people? Or, what is St. Luke's doing well and we need to build upon that? I do think childcare and hunger are the two things kind of that, we continue to look at and see where we can lead in the community.
Wrap up with where we can go to carry this conversation forward. Where can we go to learn more and to get involved?
Yes, our website is stlch.org. And then you can follow us on social media at St. Luke's Community House.
And so when you think about the initials of St. Luke's Community House, stlch.org makes it easy. Well, Amy, thank you for all you and your amazing team do. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having us.
Higginbotham Insurance and Financial Services is proud to power the City Current Show. We're a people-first company that protects what matters most, the families, businesses, and trailblazers that keep our community going. As one of the nation's top independent insurance firms, Higginbotham is a single-source solution for business insurance, employee benefits, HR services, and personal insurance that's customized for you. We're here to serve you, the people you care about, and your community. Call 866-377-1959 or visit higginbotham.com.